smiling at the void. The world around me spins on and on, rolling through an ever-changing medley of seasons, sights, and sounds. The smells of sulfur and petrichor rise from the aftermath of fresh rainfall, fighting a fierce battle against the musk of the soil in a bid to excite my senses. I blink away the fuzzy pollen drifting through the breeze, letting their invisible motes drift across my face and seek purchase within the pores of my clothing. Today there will be a storm. I see the clouds in the distance, rolling slowly across hills hidden by the horizon. Their rumbles and grumbles will soon become roars of thunder rushing across the skies, filled with the ancient power of ionized lightning. The cultures of the past only ever see as divine. The people around me are quiet, almost eerily so. I watch their faces as they pass by, each one unique and different, yet all too similar. Faces drawn tight, eyes dull, as if the thoughts behind them were theirs and theirs alone to know. They trudge along, feet bound to the pavement of the cold gray sidewalk, littered with the remnants of the rains from the night before. I greet them with a smile and a nod, hoping to see them respond in kind. Some do, while most do not. The shrill scream of an engine streaks through my eardrums as its vessel tears down the road beside me. I flinch. The others on the walk do not. Perhaps they did not hear it. Not as I did. Perhaps they simply did not care. A thought occurs to me as I step across the road, taking a new path on my journey. When did I first awaken to the world? There must have been a point where it occurred, though I do not remember the exact moment. Yet surely it must have happened. There was a time where my face was just like those of the people I pass on my walk, where my thoughts were my only companion, and none could know them but myself. I remember the feeling of cold in my core, eyes blinded to the world around me in favor of the phantasmagoria of loneliness. I remember the burning pain of isolation, the craving for companionship that ate away at every experience, only to regurgitate its meal into a heart-pounding panic at the thought of pulling another soul into my world. I remember the touch of the first one I allowed beneath my song. And the gut-wrenching misery. Blaming myself for her suffering. I remember the manic drawings sketched on scrap paper. Bony demons stretching and winding across the pages and embodying my fears, my doubts. I remember the day it changed. I was not dreaming when it happened. Not in the traditional sense. The air was crisp, freshly laced with the icy mint of newly fallen snow. I was walking, as so often I did, by the river near my home. Water burbled in tiny pools, as somewhere farther down rapids began to rush. The sun rose lazily through the sky, burning away the last vestiges of the nighttime fog. It was there, as I stared at the melting ice among the evergreen pines, that I first looked into the void. So often do authors and storytellers write of the void, though they often call it by a different name. Nothing. Emptiness, isolation, absence, death. All are titles given to the phenomenon, and all are appropriate. The void is the absence of all things, a place where not even ideas can go. A cessation of all that exists, and all that ever will exist. And thus, do we fear it? For what else is there to feel when attempting to comprehend a realm of total non-being and biting dread? Thought of one day entering it ourselves. The void is antithetical to our very world, and thus we fear and run from it at every turn. Yet the void is always there. I understood this truth when I looked into its vast nothingness this day. I looked into the realm of total absence, and I knew. The void is with us. Everywhere we go. It is the shadow that follows behind every step, the momentary quiet that blankets the world after a fierce blizzard. The pause between a doctor's words to a family as a pale blue sheet is drawn over a gurney. No matter where we are, or who we become, the void is always there, in the spaces between things. As I stared into the void, there at the edge of the river, where the water pooled in the sandy banks, and the world around me fell away, I smiled. The hard taps of my boots against the sidewalk fade into soft crunches of grass and earth. The stems of dandelions bend and brush against my soles as I take a new path, one not seen by normal eyes. The trees stretch above my head as I slowly step over an abandoned roadside, now half buried in a creek. As I cross to the other side, I glance towards my left, where the trees and bushes grew too thick to travel through. There is the void, ever present and unchanging, between the leaves and branches. I smile at the sight of it, for it has become an old friend. A reminder that, though the world is loud and busy, there will always be a quiet calm waiting just beneath the surface sounds. I pass by another person, one with the same look upon their face as so many others. One of fear, worry, apprehension, the world around them. One that, though no words are spoken or thoughts displayed, tells their tale simply by the unconscious quirks to their gait, their reactions to the world around them. One that so very long ago I shared. And I smile. I smile to let them know they are not alone. To reach out a hand in their darkest moments and pull them into the twilight of the spaces between. I smile, knowing that their journey has truly just begun. In a world where all things are in motion, we often feel left behind. The world will keep on spinning when we are gone, while the people around us build their hopes until they crumble into dust. So many before them. In this realm that never stops, it's all too easy to feel overwhelmed. We think we can never do enough, never be enough, never live enough to make a true mark upon the universe. Our eyes will always turn to the stars and wonder, have I made a difference? Can I ever be more than I am? Always wishing to be something more, we always move forward. Forever trying to outpace the void and fill the spaces between, something to block it out. Yet for all our efforts, we never stop to think that perhaps that in-between space is where we can find the change we seek. Perhaps it is through acknowledging the absence of things between the stars and the sky that we can learn to love and appreciate that which is already there. And so I walk along, smiling at the void. There, like a friendly shadow, is the emptiness that brings value to my thoughts. There in the quiet between the sounds is the genesis of new ideas. There in the moments that I am alone, do the memories of my friends bring me comfort. There in the void between life and death, I find my reasons to smile and keep moving forward, appreciating all the things that exist simply for the sake of being seen and known by the world around them. Smile at the void with me. It's not something to fear. Acknowledge its existence and its finality. That its non-existence make all things that do exist that much more meaningful. The end.